ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. NET ಅಂದರೆ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಲಿಜಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಇದು ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನಡೆಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಟೆಸ್ಟು. ಈ ಟೆಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಪಾಸ್ ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಕಾಲ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದವಾಗ. ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸಲ್ಲೂ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮು ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ 2 ಸಲ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಜೂನಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಡಿಸೆಂಬರಲ್ಲಿ. 2 ಪೇಪರ್ 1, ಪೇಪರ್ 2. ಪೇಪರ್ 1ನ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ಸನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ. ಇದು ಜನರಲ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಆನ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಆಪ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್. Paper 1. The main objective is to assess the teaching and research capabilities of the candidates. The test aims at assessing the teaching and research aptitude as well. Candidates are expected to possess and exhibit cognitive abilities which include comprehension, analysis, evaluation, understanding the structure of arguments, deductive and inductive reasoning. The candidates are also expected to have a general awareness about teaching and learning processes in higher education system. Further, they should be aware of interaction between people, environment, natural resources and their impact on the quality of life. ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ ಈಗ. ಯೂನಿಟ್ 1 ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಆಪ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್. ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್, ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್, ಲೆವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್, ಮೆಮೊರಿ, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟಿವ್, characteristics and basic requirements. Learners characteristics. Characteristics of adolescent and adult learners: academic, social, emotional and cognitive. Individual differences. Factors affecting teaching related to teacher, learner, support material, instructional facilities, learning environment and institution. Methods of teaching in institutions of higher learning: teacher centered versus learner centered methods, offline versus online methods, ಸ್ವಯಂ ಪ್ರಭಾ, MOOCs, ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಬೇಕು. ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್: ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನಲ್, ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ICT ಬೇಸ್ಡ್. ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್: ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್, ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇನ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್, ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್, ಇನೋವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್. ಮುಂದಿನದು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಆಪ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್. Research meaning, types and characteristics, positivism and post-positivism approach to research, post-positivistic approach to research. Methods of research: experimental, descriptive, historical, qualitative and quantitative methods. Steps of research: thesis and article writing, format and style of referencing, application of ICT in research, research ethics. Comprehension: a passage of text be given, questions be asked from the passage to be answered. Passage ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. Communication: meaning, types and characteristics of communication, effective communication, verbal and non-verbal, intercultural and group communications, classroom communication, barriers of effective communication, mass media and society. Mathematical reasoning and aptitude: types of reasoning, number series, letter series, codes and relationships. Mathematical aptitude: fraction, time and distance, ratio, proportion and percentage, profit and loss, interest and discounting, averages. ನೀವು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ. ಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ರೀಸನಿಂಗ್: ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, argument forms, structure of categorical propositions, mood and figure, formal and informal fallacies, uses of languages, connotations and denotations of terms, classical square opposition, evaluating and distinguishing deductive and inductive reasoning, analogies, Venn diagram, simple and multiple use for establishing validity of arguments, Indian logic, means of knowledge. ಪ್ರಮಾಣಸ್: ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ, perception, ಅನುಮಾನ, inference, ಉಪಮಾನ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್, ಶಬ್ದ ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಮನಿ, ಅರ್ಥಪತ್ತಿ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅನುಪಲಬ್ಧಿ, ನಾನ್ ಅಪ್ರಹೆನ್ಷನ್. ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನುಮಾನ, ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿ, ಹಿತ್ವಭಾಸಸ್. Data interpretation, sources, acquisition and classification of data, quantitative and qualitative data, graphical representation, bar chart, histograms, pie chart, table chart and line chart, and mapping of data. Data interpretation, data and governance. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ICT, ಜನರಲ್ ಅಬ್ರಿವೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜಿ, ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್, ಇಮೇಲ್, ಆಡಿಯೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್, digital initiatives in higher education, ICT and governance. People, development and environment, Millennium Development and Sustainable Development Goals, human and environmental interaction, anthropogenic activities and their impacts on environment, environmental issues, local, regional and global, air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, waste, solid, liquid, biomedical, hazardous, electronic, climate change and its socio-economic and political dimensions. Impacts of pollutants on human health, natural and energy resources, solar, wind, soil, hydro, geothermal, biomass, nuclear and forests. Natural hazards and disasters. Mitigational strategies. Environmental Protection Act 1986, National Action Plan on Climate Change, international agreements, efforts, Montreal Protocol, Rio Summit, Convention on Biodiversity, Kyoto Protocol, Paris Agreement, International Solar Alliance. Higher education system. Institutions of higher learning and education in ancient India, evolution of higher learning and research in post-independence India, Oriental conventional and non-conventional learning programs in India, professional, technical and skill-based education, value education and environmental education, policies, governance and administration. 5 questions each carrying 2 marks are to be set from each module. Whenever graphical or pictorial questions are set for cited candidates, a passage followed by equal number of questions and weighted is set visually impaired candidates. 5 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲಿಂದ 5 ಕ್ವಶನನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. 10 ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಮುಂದಿನ ಪೇಪರ್ 2 ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಪೇಪರನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 10 ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್, ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಡಿಟಿಂಗ್, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್, ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಲೀಗಲ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್, ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್. ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್, ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್, economic environment, economic systems, economic policies, monetary and fiscal policies, political environment, role of government in business, legal environment, Consumer Protection Act, FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act, socio-cultural factors and their influence on business, corporate social responsibility, scope and importance of international business, globalization and its drivers, modes of entry into business, international business, theories of international trade, government intervention in international trade, tariff and non-tariff barriers, India's foreign trade policy, foreign direct investment and foreign portfolio investment, types of FDI, cost and benefits of FDI to home and host countries, trends in FDI, India's FDI policy, balance of payment, importance and components of balance of payment, FDI, FPI, balance of payment ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಭಾಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ, ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಲೇಬೇಕು. Regional economic integration, levels of regional economic integration, trade creation and diversion effects, regional trade agreements, European Union, Asian, SAARC, NAFTA, international economic institutions, IMF, World Bank, UNCTAD. World Trade Organization WTO. Functions and objectives of WTO: Agriculture Agreement, GATS, TRIPS and TRIMS. Accounting and auditing. Basic accounting principles, concept and postulates. Partnership accounts: admission, retirement, death, dissolution and insolvency of partnership firms. Corporate accounting: issue, forfeiture and reissue of shares. Liquidation of companies, acquisition, merger, amalgamation and reconstruction of companies. Holding company accounts. Cost and management accounting: marginal costing and break-even analysis. Standard costing, budgetary control, process costing, activity-based costing, costing for decision making, life cycle costing, target costing, Kaizen costing and JIT, just-in-time system. Financial statements analysis, ratio analysis, fund flow analysis, cash flow analysis. Human resource accounting, inflation accounting, environmental accounting, Indian accounting standards and IFRS, International Finance Reporting Standard. Auditing: independent financial audit, watching, verification and valuation of assets and liabilities. Audit of financial statements and audit report. Cost audit. Recent trends in auditing: management audit, energy audit, environment audit, system audit, safety audit. Business economics. Meaning and scope of business economics, objectives of business firms, demand analysis, law of demand, elasticity of demand and its measurement, relationship between AR and MR, consumer behavior, utility analysis, indifference curve analysis, law of variable proportions, law of return to scales, theory of cost, short run and long run cost curves, price determination under different market forms, perfect competition, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, price leadership model, monopoly, price discrimination, pricing strategies, price skimming, price penetration, peak load pricing. Unit 4, business finance. Scope and sources of finance, lease financing, cost of capital and time value of money, capital structure, capital budgeting decisions, conventional and scientific techniques of capital budgeting analysis, working capital management, dividend decisions, theories and policies, risk and return analysis, asset securitization, international monetary system, foreign exchange market, exchange rate risk and hedging techniques, international financial markets and instruments, euro currency, GDRs, ADRs, global depository receipts, American depository receipts, international arbitrage, multinational capital budgeting, business statistics and research methods. Unit 5, measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion, measures of skewness, correlation and regression of two variables, probability, approaches to probability based theorem, probability distributions, binomial, Poisson and normal distributions. Research concept and types, research designs, data collection and classification of data, sampling and estimation, concepts, methods of sampling, probability and non-probability methods, sampling distribution, central limit theorem, standard error, statistical estimation. Hypothesis testing, Z-test, T-test, ANOVA, chi-square test, Mann-Whitney test, U-test, Kruskal-Wallis test, H-test, rank correlation test, report writing. Unit 6, business management and human resource management, principles and functions of management, organization structure, formal and informal organizations, span of control, responsibility and authority, delegation of authority and decentralization, motivation and leadership, concepts and theories, corporate governance and business ethics, human resource management, concept, role and functions of HRM, human resource planning, recruitment and selection, training and development, succession planning, compensation management, job evaluation, incentives and fringe benefits, performance appraisal including 360-degree performance appraisal, collective bargaining and workers' participation in management, personality, perception, attitude, emotions, group dynamics, power and politics, conflict and negotiation, negotiation. Stress management. Organizational culture, organizational development, organizational change. Banking and financial institutions. Overview of Indian financial system. Types of banks: commercial banks, regional rural banks, foreign banks, cooperative banks. Reserve Bank of India. Functions, role and monetary policy management. Banking sector reforms in India. Basel norm. Risk management, NPA management, financial markets, money market, capital market, government securities market. Financial institutions development, finance institutions, DFIs, non-banking financial companies, NBFCs, mutual funds, pension funds. Financial regulators in India. Financial sector reforms including financial inclusion, digitization of banking and other financial services, internet banking, mobile banking, digital payments system. Insurance, types of insurance, life and non-life insurance. Risk classification and management, factors limiting the insurability of risk. Reinsurance, regulatory framework of insurance, IRDA and its role. Unit 8, marketing management, marketing, concept and approaches. Marketing channels, marketing mix, strategic marketing planning, market segmentation, targeting and positioning. Product decisions, concept, product line, product mix decisions, product life cycle, new product development. Pricing decisions, factors affecting price determination, pricing policies and strategies. Promotion decisions, role of promotion in marketing, promotion methods, advertising, personal selling, publicity, sales promotion tools and techniques, promotion mix. Distribution decisions, channels of distribution, channel management, consumer behavior, consumer buying process, factors influencing consumer buying decisions. Service marketing, trends in marketing, social marketing, online marketing, green marketing, direct marketing, rural marketing, CRM, customer relationship management. Logistics management. Legal aspects of business. Indian Contract Act 1872, elements of a valid contract, capacity of parties, free consent, discharge of a contract, breach of contract and remedies against breach, quasi contracts. Special contracts, contracts of indemnity and guarantee, contracts of bailment and pledge, contracts of agency. Sale of Goods Act 1930, sale and agreement to sell, doctrine of caveat emptor, rights of unpaid seller and rights of buyer. Negotiable Instruments Act 1881, types of negotiable instruments, negotiation and assignment, dishonor and discharge of negotiable instruments. The Companies Act 2013, nature and kinds of companies, company formation, management, meeting and winding up of a joint stock company, limited liability partnership. Structure and procedure of formation of LLP in India. The Competition Act 2002, objectives and main provisions. The Information Technology Act 2000, objectives and main provisions, cyber crimes and penalties. The RTI Act 2005, objectives and main provisions, intellectual property rights, patents, trademarks and copyrights, emerging issues in intellectual property. Goods and service tax, objectives and main provisions, benefits of GST, implementation mechanism, working of dual GST. Income tax and corporate tax planning, unit 10. Income tax, basic concepts, residential status and tax incidents, exempted incomes, agriculture income, computation of taxable income under various heads, deduction from gross total income, assessment of individuals, clubbing of incomes. International taxation, double taxation and its avoidance mechanism, transfer pricing. Corporate tax planning, concepts and significance of corporate tax planning, tax avoidance versus tax evasion, techniques of corporate tax planning, tax considerations in specific business situations, make or buy decisions, own or lease an asset, retain, renewal or replacement of asset, shut down or continue operations, deduction and collection of tax at source, advance payment of tax, e-filing of income tax returns. ಇದು ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್. ಇಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಇದು ನೀವು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರನ್ನು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಯಾವುದ್ಯಾವುದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಕು ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತು ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ UGC ನೆಟ್ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನಾನು ಆ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.